Welcome back to another episode here in Henry's World Minecraft Survival. What you just saw was my exploration on another attempt to get this, this specific book that I am currently holding, the Swift Snake 3. So, yeah, I was able to get one finally. So, my enchantments are now complete. So, of course, as you have saw, I've changed my gear to back to diamond. This is my backup gear. It's just I don't want to lose my netherite and grind it all over again. So yeah, I've used a backup gear just in case. And as you can see in my levels, I already died once during this expedition. So having this backup gear doesn't really take a dent in my resources because you can easily trade with villagers nowadays. So yeah, I finally got the Swift Snake 3 book. Alright, now let's put this bad boy down to our leggings. We are now back in our gold farm so that we can put our Swift Snake 3 on our leggings with a couple of swipes. I think that will be enough already. Let's get our netherite leggings. And yeah. Ooh. Oh, this feels so much better. This feels so much different though. I never knew Swift Snake 3 is this fast. So at least I got it sorted out already, and this is the final enchantment I don't have on my gear. So I can move on now. And let's go back to the Ocean Monument. So we got back here in the Ocean Monument. If you already watched the previous episode, we already did this first quadrant of the surrounding area of the monument itself. So the custom landscape using dripstone, red sand, etc. So the goal for today is to finish the remaining 3. So our goal for today is to finish the remaining 3. And that's why I need to gather the materials for the concept. So in this, we are going to build a skulk. I think here is the ice biome, and I think we should put mushroom mycelium things. So yeah, that's the 4 biomes I'm gonna stick with. So with that, I'm going to gather the materials that I needed for the 3 areas. So we're here now in the skulk farm. Of course, we are here to gather the one main thing, the skulk block. But of course, you also need the skulk veins, the skulk sensor, and the shrieker. So I'm gonna AFK and get at least a shulker box of the main block and whatever the remains of the others. After gathering skulk, I went to the strip mines of the starter base, where an amethyst geode is found, collected each stage of the amethyst crystal with a silk touch pick, and harvested blocks from a new geode. After gathering the materials, the skulk and the amethyst, I went back to the ocean monument, then started ripping out the grass that I've placed and removed the layer with the skulk blocks. Then added some mini mounds of skulk. For the details, I placed amethyst blocks as sort of crystals above, and little by little I put up also the different crystal stages, the small amethyst bud, the medium, and the large. And at the end I put up some shriekers and skulk sensors and even skulk veins to finish up the area. So yeah, that's the skulk area now done. So this is how it looks like on ground or eye level. I think I did a decent enough job building the crystals and of course the details. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. And when you immerse yourselves in the area itself, there will be a lot of noises. So yeah, I think it's good. Now let's move on to the next landscape biome. Now I'm collecting snow layers for the next biome and snowballs then crafted into snow blocks. Then after that I went to an ice spikes biome, collected a bunch of packed ice, compressed ice, and I have a data pack here that lets me uncraft. So if I have blue ice, I can uncraft them to or decompress them into compressed ice. Then if I have compressed ice, I can decraft it to ice. So I don't have to get to all spots just to gather one type of block. So that's convenient, I think. So yeah, let's start building now the ice biome. So this is what the ice quadrant looks like. So I started with the base. I created general shapes of the spikes with compressed ice. Then on the bottom layer, I decided to texture it with blue ice. And on the top, if you can see, it's just regular ice. And on the base or the bottom part or the foundation, sometimes I put up snow layers or snow blocks, and around snow layers, even at some blocks, only blue, you can put snow layers on top of blue ice. So some areas have those. And if we can see here as well, we have some different structure. The same principles. So this is what it looks like. Here on a more aerial view to see the height differences of them. Let's finish the final quadrant of this entire structure area. As per usual, we remove the grass on the base level, and later on we replace it with mycelium. And for majority, after finishing, we try to put up some height difference on the mycelium. So we would not want it to be flat. So we added some areas where some is a bit higher, some is a bit lower. And for the detailing, later on we put up brown mushroom and let it grow with bone meal, as well as the red mushroom and cherry trees. And then later on, after finishing planting and bone mealing the mushrooms and the cherry trees, we place pink flowers for the detail. So overall, I think this style of plants suits the mycelium much. Of course, with the mushroom biome having the mushrooms, but the cherry trees really complement the color of the mycelium. So this is what the biome, the cherry mushroom biome looks like. So I'm satisfied with how it looks right now. Of course, my skills aren't on par with some of the better terraformers out there. But I think for this small area, I think I did a decent job and quite happy. So that's the final quadrant now finished in the area. And if we come up here, we fly up here, we can see that it's quite good to look at. Now that these areas are not flat anymore. So there's details going around with different concepts to look at. So yeah, that's the project now finished. So thank you for watching today's episode and see you on the next one. Bye bye.